Pre-con meetings, the non-negotiables that you must follow. If you're into really preparing the trade partner, making sure they start strong, and really following a disciplined process where we're enabling our people and winning on construction projects, then this is the video for you. I'm going to talk to you about the key things that are required for the pre-construction meeting in construction. So let's go over here to our flip charts. I'm pretty excited about that. You all know the process. In the trade partner preparation process, we have, first up, we have the buyout process. This is when you're attempting to get the right trade partner. Then you have a milestone pretty much, which is your executed contract. 2 to 3 weeks after, you have your pre-mobilization meeting. Okay, so that pre-mobilization meeting is going to prepare the contractor for when they do the pre-con meeting. Now the pre-con meeting, and this is the best definition, I hope you remember this, is that the project team together in a collaborative format with the superintendent, field engineer, and the foreman for the trade partner are together going to understand the expectations for the work package and write them down and get on the same page. This is crucial. So this right here is the pre-con meeting, okay? And after the pre-con meeting, you are able to start work, so that's pretty much another milestone. And then you do what's called your first in place inspection. Then periodically you do your follow-up inspection. And then before the trade partner demobilizes, you do your final inspection, because it's a nightmare to get anybody to come back, and why not finish as we go? This is the overall process. This pre-con meeting, actually let me just circle it in blue. This pre-con meeting is my jam. Let me say this out loud, in public, on video, on record. I will never run a project, consult a project, or own a construction company project that does not fanatically host these pre-con meetings. They are absolutely crucial to preparing the work package. Now, who prepares the work package? Let me just say this. The people preparing the work package are the PM, and I'm going to put PE. No, they're not the same thing, but I'm looping them together. Yes, it is the superintendent's job to help prepare the work package, and it's especially the field engineer's job to help with that work package. And let me tell you why. Field engineers in the field prepare the lift drawings and the layout and clear the path with all needed RFIs, in addition to the PE who's helping with submittals, to accomplish the work in that work package. So the FE has something to do with it. With the foreman, and this is key. You must do it with the foreman. That's one of the things that I don't like about advanced work packaging, is they do it for the foreman. I don't believe in that. Do it with the foreman, okay? So these people are essentially preparing a single document, and don't get lost on this just yet, and the document can have multiple pages, but preparing a single document, which is called an installation work package, that the crew can use in the field to install work. Now, this isn't like command and control dictated to the crew, but the crew has got to be able to see, let me put two big eyes, the requirements on that document. That document is critical to install work. That document is critical for the first in place inspection. That document is critical for the follow-up inspections. That document is critical for the final inspection. This document is critical so that we get work right the first time. It's crucial. So one of the non-negotiables that I want to talk about, in addition to having a pre-con meeting, is that the reason for this is to have an installation work package. That's it. So if you're doing the buyout meeting and it's some separate document that's hidden somewhere in the server, and your pre-mob is some email or document hidden somewhere in the server, and your pre-con meeting, you meet about it, but the meeting minutes are in Procore or somewhere else or hidden somewhere on the server, you have failed. That is not the purpose of this. The purpose of this is that the installation work package can start development and buyout during the contract, in the pre-mob meeting, and in the pre-con meeting, to where it's finalized ahead of work. So every meeting that this goes through, it should be building. The other thing is the pull plan and the look ahead and the weekly work plan. You know, if there's anything pertinent there, that should be looped into this as well. And so the idea here is that we must have that document. Now, the document will have a first page which is called Build Your Lego. It shows the activity, the duration, the takt time, and how the work is going to proceed. The second page on the document will show the fastest and the slowest speed and how we can optimize that work package in that duration. The third page in that document will show the ideas that we have to implement to design, prefabricate, logistically support, or plan for that work package to narrow its duration without hurting workers. And then you can start going through the normal topics: plans, specs, drawings, installation instructions, lift drawings, layout drawings, your JHA for safety preparation, your quality checklist. This is all packaged together. And it doesn't have to be big for the sake of being big. It just has to be relevant. So you're only putting into this important, visual, bulleted, simple, clear information. But the point is, this crew should never be like, well, I don't know what discussions they had, or I don't know what they wanted. I'm just out here installing work. They should have an installation work package that they can use to exactly install expectations. So the non-negotiables for me are: one, that the pre-con meeting, that you actually prepare with a pre-mobilization. That's number one. The second requirement for pre-con meetings is that you actually hold the pre-con meeting, okay? Number three, the third requirement is that you actually have an installation work package that you're building up to that your trades can actually use for this install. That's number three. Number four, the foreman and the superintendent and the field engineer must be in that meeting. They must be present. And if they're not, that's why I typically say schedule the pre-con 3 weeks before the work package starts, because if they don't show up prepared reading the plans and specs, then you can reschedule it for the next week and still have 2 weeks before the work package to actually get this meeting done properly. And so these are the non-negotiables. And if you do this right, let me just point out to you what's going to happen. You will early on set expectations. This meeting will have what it needs because you've set them up. You will have this meeting as a discipline and as a gate, as a requirement to move forward because it's a job site culture. You will have an outcome, a deliverable from this meeting that the crew can use to install. And you will have the right people on the bus making the right decisions, or in the meeting making the right decisions, because the foreman and the field engineer were there and they will be the boots on the ground installing it in the field. And then the other requirement that I would say is that all of these meetings must use the installation work package. That's requirement number 5. This is where we're going to have to go. Projects go fast when we zone them properly, when we design to the work package, and when we actually prepare the work package properly according to the trade partner preparation process. I love this. We're going to put this into a graphic for you. This will be turned into a blog post, and we will give you the work package template in addition to the crew board that I've talked about in other videos. But this is a beautiful process, and if you need any help, oh my gosh, this is also listed out in the book, The First Planner System, and if you ever need help, contact us. You can reach out to us in the comments below. I hope you've enjoyed this video. On we go.